How impressed were you with how Briscoe raced Talladega today?
Quite honestly. And I think if you were to tell me before the playoffs started that Chase Briscoe would finish inside the top 10, I believe it's like 7 out of the 8. I don't know how he finished at the Roval off the top of my head, but I think he was just outside the top 10 there. But still, nonetheless, I definitely picked him to be out in the round of 12, and then he has shut me up multiple times now. And especially, I texted our Slack chat, like you mentioned. I said, "Oh, is Briscoe really going to point his way in?" And no, he didn't. He decided to go out and win the whole race. So I was quite impressed with him. He showed a lot of command, a lot of poise up in the front. And at Talladega, he hasn't finished in the top 10 there since April, and he's only done that twice in his entire career. So it's like, or at least in the next gen era specifically. So it was like, yeah, that kind of shocked me a lot. I think if you ask me, I don't know about pre-race. I don't even think I mentioned him as a contender to win. I don't really think any of us did. He did well at Daytona, obviously, early in the year, and he just is quietly continuing to do. I feel like he's doing a lot of what Ross did in 2022. Like, I feel like we knew he had talent, but we didn't know how much talent he had, and he's really just showing up when it matters the most. So it's like, shout out to him. I was really impressed with him all day, too. And then another guys, too. I mean, guys like Ty Gibbs ran really respectable races. Guys like Todd Gillen made his way up to the front from 27th. But yeah, Briscoe specifically, it's crazy to think that Toyota, obviously, besides Hamlin in the last round, had a they kind of fell off a little bit. But then they come out and win the first two of this round. So I guess if they're following the script, Christopher Bell is going to win Martinsville because they had a Hamlin, Briscoe, and Bell win in the first round. So I wonder if that's going to happen again. Not in the same order, obviously, but yeah, Briscoe, I mean, shout out to him. I think he scored a lot of stage points too. I'm writing my story right now. I think he scored the most points of the race, which doesn't always happen now with stage racing, but he did. And I think Ty Gibbs actually had 49 points to Briscoe's 50, which is pretty good. So yeah, shout out to Chase Briscoe. Really impressive. Obviously, he had the speed. Toyota usually does not have speed on super speedways in qualifying specifically. I think I've read posts before by former Toyota people that they don't usually set the car up for qualifying because obviously there is no practice. So they usually set it up for, I guess, race trim. But to see guys like Riley Herbst, Bubba Wallace, I think even Christopher Bell was up front along with Chase Briscoe to start the event, that you kind of knew that they were going to have some speed too. So shout out. Obviously, they had 3 Toyotas in the top 4. And Chase Briscoe was the man of the hour in victory lane. So his third win, Joe, with Joe Gibbs Racing this season. Talk about, I think we all kind of predicted it pre-race. We'll have to go back to visit Tanner, Jonathan, yourself, and our pre-season predictions. I think we all said Briscoe was going to win multiple races. I didn't think he was going to make the championship 4.
Yeah, I felt for Briscoe, especially when it was announced he was coming into this ride, I felt there was almost 2 paths. There was the path of you struggle, you end up like a driver like JJ Yaley, Joey Logano, where it just seems like something's amiss and you don't get the results, or you come in and you're a Matt Kenseth, a Carl Edwards, a driver that has a success. And it looked good at first with the Daytona 500 pole. Then there was that penalty. Some races just nothing really there, but it just seems the second half of the year, particularly after Pocono, he's been on another level, and I feel he is a genuine title contender. That team has a good fast car unloaded on the track at Phoenix, a track he knows how to win in. He did it with Stewart Haas Racing years ago. Watch out. He could be an upset, and I would truly say an upset champion. First year with Joe Gibbs Racing, come out, 3 wins. Not to mention, he won the Southern 500 and get a championship. That is just something where I think he will really show that he has the capability to go out there, lead a team to a championship. And I'll be honest, for quite some time, especially with Stewart Haas Racing, I was thinking, I'm doubting about his ability to do that. Proving a lot of folks wrong, and 3 wins in the championship. Life is good for him and for his sponsor, Bass Pro Shop. Been around the sport for a long time. Now they're going to have a driver contending for the championship. They're going to have Denny Hamlin in that battle, so it'll be a teammates. Toyota's loving this, and of course, Toyota will love to have another Toyota in that championship.